Hey gamers, and welcome to a new Last Epoch video. Today we're going to talk about the endgame. Today we're going to talk about how to reach monoliths and what are monoliths and how they work. Later on we're going to do more parts where we're going to talk about empowered monoliths, corruptions, blessings and all that stuff. That comes later. So we're just going to release a few videos in the next days. So stay tuned for that. But first, for our beginners, so how can we actually reach monoliths? Well, as soon you are in chapter 2, or in the end of chapter 2, the storyline is divided into 9 chapters. At the end of chapter 2, you're going to be around level 15 to 20. You can choose then your mastery, right? And you're going to be in the end of time. So you go upstairs to choose your mastery, and you can also go over here to the right. And there's like a bridge. Normally here's a console, you click on it, and then this opens, and you can go to the monoliths. Well, we're not going to do that right now. But yeah, so basically that's the point you can reach the monoliths. Well, you have two ways now. You can complete chapter 1 to chapter 9 and then go back to the end of time and do the monoliths. But you can also do monoliths earlier. You can enter them from level 1, right? So you can also have a friend that just carries you. Or you're gonna make like a story skip thingy, which I have a video for it. So I'm gonna put it in the description below, which basically teaches you how to skip the story the most efficiently. Obviously, if you're a solo, if you have a friend that's helping you, that's a bit different, but I don't have a video for that. But for solos, we have a video on how to make it the most efficient. If you want to skip parts of the storyline and you just want to be in monoliths as fast as possible, there is a way. You don't have to do it, obviously. Just do whatever is the most fun for you, right? It's a game. It's important to have fun. Well, now we know how to go to monoliths, so how does that actually work? As you see a lot of different islands. I have the waypoints for the islands. You do not gonna have that until you are in the end game. So basically over here. So you need to make those connections, like the little bridges. For me, the map here is a little bit bugged. Normally there would be a bridge from Fall of the Outcast to Black Sun, right? That's how I did it. It just doesn't show it. Like, it's there in-game, it just doesn't show it on the map. So you basically have to build those bridges. So how does that work? You basically do the monolith, which is the blue crystal here. You do the monolith, and you get stability whenever you do a mission inside of the monolith. And if you've done enough missions, you have enough stability, and then you can fight a boss. If you fight that boss and you killed him, you can basically decide on what island you want to go. You can go Stolen Lands or Black Sun. Then you can go Bloodfrost and that, or Ending the Storm, depending on where you are, right? Or making this connection if you want. And you just go to the end here, and then you can do those 3 monoliths, and you can enter empowered monoliths. But for this later, right? But yeah, basically you just want to go up, up, up. So stability, boss, boom, this or this. Stability, boss, boom, this or this, or whatever, right? So yeah. And now we're just gonna talk about the details. Basically, one more thing first is blessings. Well, this is probably gonna port me soon, so we're just gonna wait that out, I think. Yep. Just gonna wait real quick and then we tell you something about blessings. Obviously, this video yet is not about blessings, so we don't go into detail. But I just want to let you know that after you kill the boss, you can choose between 3 or 4 options, one of the blessings. You cannot mess it up because you can always come back and kill the boss again and choose another blessing. So if you want to go with increased experience first because you are leveling, well, you can take that. Obviously at level 100 you will not need it anymore, so you can take something else. You can kill the boss again and take something else. I just want to let you know that you cannot mess something up, because there's games that like let you mess up with some certain things and it's always concerning. But don't be afraid or whatever to choose a blessing. Do whatever you want. You can always change it. You can min-max those, but you can change it if you do the wrong decision. Okay, so now we are on the first island, Fall of the Outcasts, and this is the blessing. So this is not the blessing, this is the monolith. Okay, so we can normally, like, you will only have this option here, the normal one, area level 58. I have area level 100. So what I'm gonna do is I open the level 100 thingy, because I have more islands there, so I can explain it better. Obviously you're just gonna be 58, but it's nearly going to be the same thing. There's some differences, but we're just not gonna talk about the differences yet. We will show you that later. Also, there's exclusive echo rewards. So as an example, in this timeline, echoes can have rewards that grant unique or set melee weapons, swords, axes, maces, daggers, or polearms. So this timeline is just better to farm melee stuff, right? So they have the option. And it also has those bow things where you can get a unique or set bow, right? So yeah, this is like specific to this one. To this one, it's maybe like staffs or whatever, wands. I don't really know which is what, but you know, you get my point, right? So this is maybe for shields, this is for helmets, this is for chests or whatever. So you can farm them more specifically. So whenever you need a unique item that's not tied to a specific boss, that can only drop on a specific boss, you can farm them in Monoliths, and you can actually min-max how you farm them. Basically, we choose here the area level 100, just for showing purposes. And you see I have a lot of islands here. Normally, the screen looks like this somewhat for you, right? So you're not going to see a lot of islands, and you're going to start here. So we was talking about the timeline stability. So let's talk about this first. How to get timeline stability. If I hover over this island, you can see on the bottom right, this will give me 21 timeline stability and up to 44 timeline stability bonus. So the bonus is coming from killing mobs. But it's just worth to rush the objective. Objectives are defend the totem, kill a boss, kill an ambush, whatever. Kill certain enemies till an ambush happens. Something like that, right? So you basically do the objective, and then the monolith or the island here is done. And you have on all of those islands little icons. So as an example, at the end when we done the mission, we get a staff, right? And like a chest where there's staffs inside of it. Here we get a set ring, here we get a unique ring, and so on. Here we get runes, scrolls, glyphs, experience, shards, gold, all that stuff, right? So basically, whenever you do an island, you get those rewards. For the timeline stability, the bonus one, again, we just kill monsters on the way to go to the objective, so we get some bonus stability because it just comes from killing monsters. But it's not worth to fully clear a whole area, it's just time waste. Obviously, you can do that if you want, but it's just gonna be a time waste, let me tell you that. You're gonna be a lot faster just rushing the objectives. And then, the other thing is, the farther you go away from this point, the more timeline stability you get. So as an example, this will give me 21 timeline stability and 44 bonus. So if I go to the bottom here and choose this one as an example, it gives me 32 timeline stability and 66 bonus. So you want to go as far away as possible from the starting point in order to get more stability. And obviously, whenever you see a good island, let's say I want to get a unique ring, then obviously we go out of our way, grab that, and then we go down again or to the right. It doesn't really matter in what direction you are going, right? So you can also go just up, to the right, to the left, to the bottom. As long you are just a certain amount of islands away, they're just gonna upgrade in terms of giving you more stability. So, for what is the stability? Well, we already talked about it. It's you need to get enough to do a boss fight. For you, on normal, it's going to be like 320 stability to do the boss. And you have 2 quests that you have to do before as well. So I can just activate them here. I do not have to do them anymore, but you can see it. So if we reach, as an example, for you it's going to be 50 stability. We can do the first quest, which would be this one. If we have 50 stability, we can click on it and do the quest. If we have 180 stability, we can do the second one. Well, this is one is locked for me for some reason. Because I haven't done the first one. So you need to do the first quest and then you can do the second quest. Then you can do the boss. It would also be grayed out for you. It's not for me because I can skip those quests because I'm in the end game. So you don't have to do them again. But yeah, you basically just choose them, you do them. And the third one is always the boss. And the bosses are specific to the island, so it's always going to be the same boss, but they get harder later, so don't worry, it's like not always gonna be that easy dude you just killed. Well, to be fair, also the first bosses are really hard sometimes. But yeah, basically kill the boss and then you can progress, right? So that's how it works. So we basically, what we learned from this is basically we want to go as far away as possible from the monolith here. We want to always grab the islands with like rewards that we care for. We can get specific items better in specific monolith areas, so we can target farm in there. Where I will not do that at the beginning. We would rush to the end game, to the empowered rifts, and then we start target farming stuff. The reason why we're gonna explain later, you just drop more loot there, right? And you have more rare islands. But still, just wanted to tell you that it's a thing. And then, obviously, we want to get stability, so we can kill the boss, so we can go to the next island. We do the same thing over there, kill the boss, go to the next island, until we are in the endgame. So that's the first thing you kind of need to know. And yeah, thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.